What is a Muslim registry? Some people register for yoga classes, some register for university courses, and others register for being Muslim. It basically involves rounding people up, tagging them, and sending them straight to boot camp.
To lose weight, obviously.
The Trump campaign made many promises throughout the election. But just as that beautiful, great southern border wall became a fence, the Muslim ban became a registry.
Although it might sound a little bit better, it's actually not.
A while back, when Donald Trump was asked about this Muslim registry, he had this to say.
Should there be a database system that tracks the Muslims here in this country?
There should be a lot of systems beyond database. I mean, we should have a lot of systems. And today you can do it. But right now, we have to have a border, we have to have strength, we have to have a wall.
But Muslims specifically, how do you actually get them registered into a database?
It would be just good management.
Trump later tweeted, "I didn't suggest a database, a reporter did. We must defeat Islamic terrorism and have surveillance, including a watch list, to protect America."
He suggested it?
Is that what he understood from that conversation?
Okay, first of all, he didn't suggest anything. He asked you a question. That's kind of how it works.
I think.
And you know what? Let's assume he suggested it. Trump didn't deny it, he agreed to it, and then practically confirmed it. And then he mentioned ISIS or Islamic terror and whatever, and then poof, he was gone.
What kind of black magic is this?
This guy can dodge questions better than a boxer can dodge punches. Trump does a lot of bobbing and weaving, you know, like a lot of Floyd Mayweather stuff, but with his mouth. So what Trump pretty much said was, yeah, I'll deal with Muslims later, but first, Mexico. But I really do believe people misunderstood this registry thing. It's really not that bad. We have blown this entire thing out of proportion.
Get it? Blown? No? Okay.
This Muslim registry thing is not because Trump hates Muslims, it's actually because he cares. Stay with me on this. Just think about it. He realized that Islamophobia has been on the rise ever since he got elected. And there are some Muslims out there who are afraid of showing their identity. Trump wants you to be proud of your Muslim identity. He wants you to wear your identity proudly on your head, face, and forearm. The registry is not there to hurt anyone. It's just there in case the government wants to ask you a few questions. And then just rally you up. And then just put you in camps that help boost your concentration.
They do it all with love.
Registering someone because they adhere to a certain religion might sound like fun and games, but it's really not. There are a few tiny problems, a few glitches in the system. You might remember this concept of registry from World War II, when they had Japanese internment camps. Over 100,000 people of Japanese ancestry were incarcerated and placed in camps. This was all done in the US, and the majority of those people were actually US citizens, and the only crime that they committed was in their DNA. And then we have a historical celebrity, Germany. You remember that thing in history that people like to call, I don't know, the Holocaust?
Yeah, how did that start again? I forget.
Oh, right. It started off with a little man that no one thought twice about. He used people's fears and anger to get elected, and then blamed all of the world's troubles on one religious group. He slowly made his way to power, and then bam! We had a world war and crimes against humanity. Wow, I'm getting better at this editing thing.
No? What do you know?
So just remember, although the Muslim registry is unconstitutional, goes against the First Amendment and freedom of religion, and is pretty much illegal, just remember, he does it because he cares about America. Not the freedom and justice for all America, the other America. Yeah, that America. And hey, look at the bright side. Maybe he won't register Muslims. Maybe he'll just ban us all instead. However, it is not all dark and gloomy. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There has actually been overwhelming support for Muslims, Latinos, and other marginalized groups in America. Most notably, the mayor of New York City, who gave this speech.
Here's my promise to you as your mayor. We will use all the tools at our disposal to stand up for our people. If all Muslims are required to register, we will take legal action to block it. If the federal government wants our police officers to tear immigrant families apart, we will refuse to do it. We won't trade in neighborhood policing for racial profiling. Jews or Muslims or members of the LGBT community or any community are victimized and attacked. We will find their attackers, we will arrest them, we will prosecute them. This is New York. Nothing about who we are changed on Election Day.
That is the America we all know and love. So just remember, even though there's a lot of hate being passed around like the common cold during flu season, there are a lot of people out there with cough medicine to save the day.
If this video gives you a stroke, diarrhea, constipation, internal bleeding, or any abdominal discomfort, ask your doctor if racism is right for you. Ignorance sold separately, logic not included.
Look, man, Donald Trump cares, okay? Just think about it. Maybe think about it over a Tim Hortons double-double. Yeah, Canadians don't speak like that, okay? But the Tim Hortons thing, that's real. I think we may have misjudged Donald Trump.
I think what he meant was Muslims were being excluded and he wanted them to be included. So he wanted to invite them to the White House and therefore he wanted people to draw up a Muslim registry to register Muslims for the White House dinner.
Is he looking for a damage control expert? No, wait, I'm better at making damage. That wouldn't work. He's doing just fine by himself. Maybe he didn't say Muslim registry. Maybe it was just autocorrect that ruined everything. Man, communication is key. Miscommunication could be detrimental. Yeah, I'd rather not register. I'd rather go call my lawyer. I'd rather wait, I need to get a lawyer first. So if he asked you about World War III, would you go ahead and do it because he suggested it? You're the president. What? Trump does a lot of bobbing and weaving. A lot of Floyd Mayweather.